Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, and oh, we're doing yet another Blizzard game. Or rather, we're continuing a Blizzard game this time, from Blizzard Entertainment, despite the fact that Blizzard Entertainment is in a shitload of hot water right now. That looks like a city, Mr. Cloud.
That looks like a nuclear power plant. Looks like everything is normal.
Oh?
What is this?
Huh. That bears a striking resemblance to the Leviathan that was in Wings of Liberty. Oh, yes, we're doing Heart of the Swarm campaign for StarCraft 2, and this is the opening cutscene. This is not a vision that actually happens. I mean, it's a vision that like Kerrigan at this point in her career wanted to happen, although it was mostly from Amon. But we won't get into that spoiler until much later.
New York City is under attack by blimps.
It's not New York City. It's Augustgrad. Yeah, it's Augustgrad.
My God, is that what they look like? Oh man, they look awesome.
For the record, the fact that a Viking pilot did not die there is fucking astounding.
Mount the siege cannon.
God, those Ultrasks are so huge.
Nice use of gray effects. Grayscale, I should say.
Oh no, incoming Banelings and a Nighty Swarm! Stomp.
Oh.
Wilhelm scream. And there falls Arcturus' statue.
Revolution.
Hey, we took down a battlecruiser in orbit too. Haha.
Fade to white. Behold the Queen of Blades. I just said that.
And now, flashback to reality. Oops, there goes Graffiti.
And it was all just a dream.
Well, a prophetic vision of an apocalypse that she was attempting to command. But yes, StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm.
Heart.
All right, so yes, I have changed the passcode. That changed the colored text boxes to purple, because we used to be the Jormungand brood, and that made the most sense at the time.
And now it is a new time, and now it makes sense for purple.
But they are running out of time. Throughout the sector, Emperor Mengsk's forces carry out a relentless hunt for the Dominion's most hated enemy, Sarah Kerrigan. Originally, I was actually planning to narrate the entirety of the prologue text, but because this is on screen long enough for me to do it, but I screwed that up already. Oh well. And so we open like a couple of months after our assault on Char that we managed to rescue Kerrigan from.
Research Station EB-103.
Now, would it be
Raynor.
pronounced 103, 103, or 103?
Well, it's whatever dispatch agrees is the correct way to say it, because then everybody has to say it exactly the same way, or it will cause confusion.
Right.
I mean, I believe, like, you know, in Canada, they would say 1Z3.
That would be 1Z3 over in our Anglicized language, though.
Damn it. See, this is my American ignorance coming out. Brain
Lots
scan.
of technical data. Hey, Valerian.
Good morning, Commander.
Okay, so as I recall, Raynor was not really in talks with Valerian Mengsk until the very end of, what was it? The Wings of Liberty campaign.
Yep.
Now, does this take place like right after Wings of Liberty? After we
Yes,
got
this
Kerrigan
takes place
back?
a couple of months after the Wings of Liberty campaign.
Very nice.
This test.
It's your last one.
I see that things did not exactly go as planned.
No, things went great when we assaulted Char. We managed to rescue Sarah Kerrigan, and Sarah Kerrigan got purged of the Queen of Blades from the Xel'Naga artifact, and now we're making sure that she's actually mostly human still. She still has Zerg influence in her hair, and her psionic powers are significantly stronger than they realistically should be, but, you know,
Until Mengsk is dead,
vengeance.
there can't be a you and me.
Welcome to the central theme for Kerrigan's campaign. Kerrigan is going to be after vengeance on Akuris Mengsk for the entirety of her campaign. And that is one of the big complaints that Heart of the Swarm actually has being thrown at it by the fan base. The fact that this story is completely focused on trying to forgive Sarah Kerrigan for being the Queen of Blades.
Or as Edmond Dante said to Mercedes, sorry, the man you knew is dead.
Test phase 2 commencing.
Yes. When she has the yellow on her eyes, that's when she's enacting her psionic control over the Zerg.
What are you hoping to get out of these tests, Valerian? I told you, I don't remember anything about being Queen of Blades.
That is a lie!
Amnesia cliche.
Much of the Zerg mutagen is left in your system.
Somebody bring the videotape.
Cooperation, Kerrigan.
Do you usually keep cooperative people in a containment cell?
When they have enough psionic potential to level the entire planet, I want to err on the safe side here.
With your mind. Do you sense it?
With your mind.
It won't!
Are you really asking me to take control of a Zerg mind? Do you know what could happen?
All the test subjects are in a secure environment.
Secure. It should be in air quotes, but Valerian doesn't know that yet. But yes. One of the other smaller problems.
See if you can order the drone.
Attempt number 2.
Yeah, my first recording session of this did not go well. Was specifically when we went over to Emoja. So
It spreads creep so that other structures can be built. The hatchery also produces lava.
So one of the other complaints is that Heart of the Swarm starts off stupidly easy as it's trying to get you to be familiarized with the Zerg and base building controls. If you actually bother to play through all the different campaigns,
Okay, Kerrigan.
like the first several missions of each of the campaigns are going to feel like pretty much like they're playing themselves, and it's not honestly that invalid of a criticism, honestly.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yes, we did play StarCraft 1. I mean, I don't even think Wings of Liberty started off just like, okay, there's
It did, to be perfectly honest. Wings of Liberty's first 2 missions were this tutorial heavy, but I gave that a pass because it was a brand new fucking video game.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
No,
fancy
this
that. I
time,
mean, you.
we're playing the sequel expansion to a video game that's already been out for multiple years. So we honestly should not need to go through this much of a tutorial.
The Zerg use overlords to generate more supply.
Now remember, this is all just a test, right?
Upper right corner of the screen.
Right?
How much supply you are currently
Because,
using.
you know, that creep is getting pretty big there.
Supply, you will not be able to morph a unit.
This is where it all begins.
Now, we could actually morph an additional hatchery if we spent enough time in this section, but we're choosing not to.
So I imagine towards the end of this test, Valerian Mengsk is going to do that, what do you call it, that artifact pulse that's going to eradicate all of the Zerg except for Kerrigan because she's not actually Zerg.
No, because a thing that has happened that we are not made aware of yet is that after we success, it's either during the 2-month span that happens in between rescuing Kerrigan in this moment, or the raid that's going to happen in a couple of missions. Valerian and Raynor no longer have access to the Xel'Naga artifact.
Ah,
You know this is going to end badly, right?
We have a control.
you know, when we get
You
to
already
the
said
part
that,
when I kill
Valerian.
you. Right, we have a controlled environment. Or do
The
we?
spawning pool is finished. You should go down to the test chamber and inspect it.
Yeah, go on by yourself. Don't be shy.
Here, thanks. I think
Ah, come on. Get a little closer. What are you scared
I think
of?
that was great work. Wait till you see this.
I'll make some zerglings. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
With my mind.
Kerrigan, what are you doing?
Making zerglings.
Putting your
Yeah,
controlled
putting your
environment
controlled environment to the
Make-
test.
Making copies.
One of the things that I honestly should have been doing is saving up enough minerals to morph another overlord, as the tutorial is telling me here, but I decided against it.
No, you see, when after Heart of the Swarm came out, it became immediately everybody's #1 favorite first StarCraft 2 campaign experience.
They never do what you
Oh,
expect.
see, the Zerg are all gone.
No, because when you purchased Heart of the Swarm, you got Wings of Liberty attached to it. So Wings of Liberty was still the preferred start, and Wings of Liberty actually gives you combat controls as the first tutorial mission, as opposed to the base building. Base building is the second tutorial mission, technically, and only technically. Hell, base building isn't even really a tutorial for Wings of Liberty.
Well, it's a lot more prioritized unit production.
I sense more zerglings in holding pens. Valerian, you were very careless.
Very careless indeed. Behold, we get to amass more zerglings.
Zerg specimens free.
See,
Now,
this is a
I
part.
have to say, coming into this playthrough, I am shit with Zerg. Zerg is the race that I do the absolute worst with. But that's okay, because most of Heart of the Swarm, we're not really playing as the Zerg race. We're playing as the Zerg race steroided by a very, very powerful hero unit.
Good. I can use them.
Yeah, and she's fun to play as.
I'm
more do you
torn.
need from your
we
StarCraft
ended
game?
the Wings of Liberty campaign trying to decipher if Wings of Liberty was actually my favorite campaign, and I'm still not entirely sure. Which of the StarCraft campaign is my actual favorite. But I know it's not Heart of the Swarm. Mostly because Heart of the Swarm has got the problem of it spends a majority of the campaign being way more easy than it should be, with only a couple of significant difficult missions towards the latter half.
Warlord personnel remain on sublevel.
It's kind of insultingly easy at points, is the thing. Much like Lab Rat. Getting the achievements in Lab Rat can be a bit of a pain, but it's not enough of a pain to actually be worth noting.
I guess Blizzard was more content to, how shall I put this, not turn off their gamers than to give them a real challenge.
You see, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to do it for Heart of the Swarm, though, or Legacy of the Void. And Legacy of the Void has got its first triage of missions playing itself, but after that it becomes a mostly normal difficulty campaign.
Kerrigan, Jim's gonna be really pissed at you.
Jim is not actually pissed about this. I mean, he does make a remark about this once we actually go see him again in the next mission, but he's not pissy about this. Because Kerrigan makes a point here. Arcturus the original Confederacy, if you recall from the StarCraft 1, wanted to use the wanted to use the Zerg as their own bioweapon in order to bring the entirety of the Terran Confederacy in line. Or at least that's what we got told by Arcturus. We're not entirely sure if that's realistic.
Make your point, Kerrigan.
Not yet, I haven't. I'm still in your containment cell.
Oh, and she don't like being a containment cell. She's like
She
Mewtwo to
does
Giovanni.
Now, in order to get the other achievements in here, you need to skip the warbot here and take down the additional factories that are in this area before taking down the warbot. Thankfully, it's still ludicrously simple, assuming that you have at least some micro skills to have your Zerglings focus on all different tasks. When you got the full surround going.
There is strength in numbers.
Lots of numbers.
And explosions, too.
Destroyed. Situation critical.
The Zerg have overrun the sublevel. You're lucky no one was killed.
How is no one killed Valerian?
Luck had nothing to do with it. And maybe now you understand how.
Oh, really? Was that your point? was to just take it to the logical extent?
I'm opening your
Well,
that
lots
seemed
extreme, but yeah.
That seemed very illogical to me.
without destroying half the facility.
No, we like destroying half the facility. And in the next
These-
episode, we'll continue on with the Heart of the Swarm campaign with our first no-build mission, really showing off how amazing Kerrigan is.